If you're a regular user of Evernote, you were probably surprised to learn that the company was sold to a European technology company early in 2023. The news release that came out at the same time said it was, quote, the next strategic step forward on our journey to be an extension of your brain. Now, a few months after Bending Spoons took over Evernote, they announced a pretty significant increase in price. And that touched off a lot of comments in the digital world. Most, as you can imagine, were upset with the increase, and others who said this was the last straw and they were moving away from Evernote. Hi, I'm Dave Edwards. Ever since that news was announced, I've been receiving a lot of questions asking for my thoughts on the sale and on the price increase. And I put that off for some time because I really didn't see much value in me offering my point of view on something that was being done by a company that I had no control over. But I decided that it's time for me to offer a few thoughts. By the way, if you like my content, want to learn more about productivity, Evernote, GTD, and lots of other good stuff, please subscribe to my channel and consider subscribing to my free weekly newsletter. Just go to my website, daveedwardsmedia.com, for more information. Okay, before I begin, I want to disclose that I am what is called a certified Evernote expert. That simply means that I passed a certification program and participated in training sessions so that the experts are disseminating best practices. But, and this is important, I don't work for Evernote. That gives me the independence to speak openly about my views on any aspect of Evernote as a sort of informed observer, I guess you could say. So here's the timeline of what happened. January 2023, Evernote announced that Bending Spoons was buying the company. From January through about March, we heard virtually nothing from Bending Spoons. Those of us who knew people on the inside of Evernote heard about significant staffing changes and departures. But basically, Bending Spoons said very little. On March 6th, 2023, Evernote sent an email to its customers about upcoming subscription price changes. Starting on your next subscription renewal date, they said, Evernote's annual plan will increase from $69.99 to $125.99. Do the math, that's about an 80% increase. While the monthly premium plan will increase from $7.99 to $13.99, that's a 75% increase. Gulp. They also took the prices off their website. Now you'd have to download Evernote and then look up the price tiers. Well, after enduring a lot of criticism and people deciding to quit Evernote, Bending Spoons released what I guess you could call a better explanation at the end of April 2023. You can find what they released online. It's on the Evernote website, and I will link it in the notes below. The new CEO wrote, "Today I'm here to tell you what you can expect in the coming months. From a change in Evernote subscription prices to major product improvements, including synchronization, performance, and reliability, and exciting new features like real-time editing, AI note cleanup, and AI search, I'll also tell you a little bit more about Bending Spoons." Now, again, before I go any further, let me tell you that I have been trained in and have actually taught crisis communications at the college level. I received personal coaching from one of the top crisis management communication firms in the country. So I hope you accept that I have a little bit of expertise here. Bending Spoons did not handle its communications with its users and the tech community very well. Let me say it differently. It couldn't have done it much worse. You know, when you buy a company, you want to assure your investors and your customers that you know what you're doing and you have a strong vision for the future. Now, I don't know how Bending Spoons handled investors, but the silence to the user community was kind of a slap in the face and a rookie mistake. Now, I've gotten a lot of questions. and people have asked me for my views. Shortly after the purchase of the company, I did a video that said, look, let's hold on, give the company a chance. The Bending Spoons corporate portfolio was rather interesting, and I saw a lot of exciting possibilities. And I still do, but I became annoyed at that period of silence. And then, of course, came the April statement on the price increase. No company does an acquisition like this without having a vision and ideas of what it was going to do. I'm sure that vision and plans for Evernote were discussed with investors. They should have also had a PR plan in place where they announced the kinds of things they wanted to do in February or March, or not wait until the end of April after all the criticism hit. But let's look now at what they say they want to do. They want to improve performance and reliability. As Federico Simonato put it, throughout our research, the most frequent user pain point raised has been the performance and reliability of synchronization. So it's vital that we address this area right away. Second, the memo said, the first new feature to hit your devices is real-time editing. Real-time editing builds upon the improvement to synchronization discussed above. With it, you'll be able to seamlessly edit a note on multiple devices simultaneously, and they have released that feature. The post also said that the new Evernote will embrace artificial intelligence. The first element is what they call AI cleanup. Do you ever frantically take notes in an important meeting and then spend far too long having to tidy them up after it ends? AI note cleanup does the boring, time-consuming bit for you. Every user has 1 month of unrestricted access before the feature becomes subscriber only. Also, they're working on AI search, but they want to be sensitive to privacy concerns. The post also addresses, and pardon the pun, the elephant in the room, pricing. Here is what he wrote. A price increase is usually frustrating for customers. So why are we proceeding with one? For the vast majority of subscribers, this is the first price increase in almost 7 years. And since then, the Evernote offering has expanded substantially, as illustrated by the table below. And then it listed all the things that have been newly added to Evernote. Most importantly, he continues, by raising prices now, we can significantly ramp up the development of the most critical areas, infrastructure and product development, and deliver greater value to you faster. I'd really urge you to read the post. It's actually very, very good. As I said, the company could have saved a lot of grief if they have only shared that memo and their plans earlier, perhaps before or with the announcement of the price increases. So based on all this information, do I think people should stick with Evernote or find an alternative before the price goes up? It depends, I think. See, I weigh the things I buy or subscribe to based upon the value it gives me. I just canceled a subscription to another software program because I realized I wasn't getting enough value from it. But I've kept other subscriptions despite hefty price increases because those subscriptions were valuable to me. And I think that's the way most people will evaluate Evernote now. I want to point out that my 2 online courses, Evernote for Beginners and Getting Things Done with Evernote, show how I use Evernote, and most of the features are available in its free version. But beside the question of whether Evernote is worth the price increase, I think the other aspect is to watch what Bending Spoons actually does with Evernote. Will they keep their promises? A year from now, will Evernote be that much better? If it is still important to me, the increase will probably be worth it to me. But that's me. Your evaluation will be based on how you use Evernote and the value you get from it. In the weeks and months ahead, I plan to post videos to evaluate the changes, and I'll welcome your thoughts as well. I'm sorry this went on as long as it did, but this is an important issue for all of us. And if the folks at Bending Spoons want to discuss developing an effective communication strategy, well, they have my email address. I'm Dave Edwards.